to you, especially the
Yes.
restaurants and the drinking, cafe restaurants and some, business like that.
Sure,
They
sure.
influenced by that thought.
Uh-huh.
You provide good service. You just have to provide good products, and people
Yeah.
will come to you. What do you think?
I certainly agree to that to a certain extent. Some businesses that have been very successful purely running that, with that mindset. Myself, a personal example I can share with you. I come from a family where my father was a picture framer, and
Really?
yeah,
Nice.
had fine art galleries, and he started the business the year I was born. 30 almost to 40 years later, he's barely done any marketing other than relying on having a very good quality product at a fair price and a very strong word of mouth amongst his customers, who step by step over the 30 years plus advocated his wonderful products, and it worked. However, my question really now to people is, what is the ambition you have for your business overall? How big do you want it to be? Where do you want it to go? And how long have you got to wait to ensure its success? So really it comes down to, do you have the time to wait around? What kind of ambition do you have over what period of time?
Okay.
And really, I suppose, if my biggest argument is really, if you had a brand building mentality and the right brand building process in place, how much more successful could your business be building on the strengths that you have inherent in your product and your price and the positive word of mouth that people are already saying about your brand?
So if you have a big ambition, then you have to invest more on the brand building.
I think so, and if you don't have 30 years to take to do it, then definitely
sense.
it accelerates the process.
Well, it's in the times of the developments of information technology, we cannot underestimate the powers of digital channel website.
I agree.
So what are some of the process that the companies should follow in order to build brands on digital channels effectively?
Sure. My background is in digital brand building. I have a lot of experience in digital brand building, and at Red Brand Builders, number of our team really love and we use digital marketing a lot for our clients. I think really digital brand building is often seen as something that's separate or something that's dealt with by the IT director, even in the past, not the marketing team.
Okay.
I think what really needs to happen here in Vietnam is that digital marketing is seen as an integrated part of your overall branding and marketing efforts. The digital channel, in my opinion, is the most emotional channel. By that, I mean it's one that people hold dearest to them. The digital channel is often accessed, of course, by laptops people take with them, carry with them, and increasingly now mobile phones. So what this means is people choose. It's not a broadcast medium where I just receive what is given to me. It's a two-way communication channel, and people can interact with your brands. They can discover brands in completely new ways that they couldn't just a few years ago. The processes really need to be taking into consideration that this channel is two-way, that it is an extension of what value your brand can offer in the real world. You can look at what value the brand can offer in the digital world. The process I would offer really would be to look at what your specific target audiences are doing online, and where are they doing it? Which websites do they go to? What do they do when they get there? And how can your brand be part of that dialogue, that communication with that audience on where they are online? And ultimately find, I suppose, creative solutions to engage with that audience. Of course, encourage them to come to your website, but look at different ways where they're discovering and different ways where they're sharing and talking about your brands and advocating your brands to their peer group. There's been a big rise in this country of digital marketing tools that we call social media, the likes of Twitter, the likes of Facebook, the likes of YouTube, where people really genuinely go online, talk about brands, talk about, for example, investment tips. What are the hot investment tips? Where's good real estate investment?
It's getting popular now.
You know,
yeah.
very, very, very much. And they trust what's said amongst their peer group more than they often trust what the brand is actually saying. So I heard a statistic thrown out recently that 80% of big purchase decisions are Googled first.
Yeah.
They are people go
I
to
can
the
imagine
internet.
Google.
Yeah. You know, so if you buy your hi-fi, you want to check that your brand, the one that you're thinking of buying, really is as good as what the brand says it is. You know, you want to check the specs, you want to check the price, who's going to give you the best price, and what the customer guarantee, the warranty might be, things like that. And the internet essentially makes the commercial world very transparent,
Yeah, I can see.
and bring choices to people. So it's very important that brands really look at extending what they do in the real world online, integrate it as part of their overall marketing calendar of activities, and find new ways to have a two-way dialogue.
Sure. The customer
with
can
audience.
respond actively to the brand builder,
Correct.
the brand building, and influence the brand, right?
That's correct. They talk about it, they share it. So you, as a brand manager, I would recommend you need to be listening to what they say, and be in a position to respond quickly if there is anything negative said about your brand, so you have a positive message to counter that.
Interesting, thank you. Vâng, thưa quý vị, vừa rồi là phần 2 với cuộc trò chuyện cùng anh Chris Elkin, là giám đốc điều hành của Red Brand Builders, một chuyên gia tư vấn và xây dựng thương hiệu. Chúng ta sẽ tiếp tục phần 3 trong 10 phút nữa. Chào mừng quý vị quay trở lại với phần 3 của chương trình Tôi về Việt Nam với cuộc trò chuyện cùng anh Chris Elkin, là giám đốc điều hành của Red Brand Builders, một chuyên gia tư vấn và xây dựng thương hiệu. Chris, welcome back.
Thank you.
So among the brand building projects that you got involved so far in Vietnam, what are the projects that brought you the most interesting experience?
At Red Brand Builders, we work in a lot of different categories in financial services, fast-moving consumer goods, real estate and retail, and increasingly now we're trying to also give back to the local community as well. So perhaps one of the most interesting brand projects we've worked on most recently is in partnership with Vietnam Marcom, which is Vietnam Marcom are essentially an educational institution, which is government education linked, and their philosophy is to try and raise standards in branding, marketing, advertising, public relations, industry practice. Really, a decade ago, branding, marketing, advertising didn't really exist as a profession here in Vietnam. It's relatively new. So they had initially set up, and part of the way of educating young students, creating projects that help, I suppose, develop good citizenship. And one project we've been working with them on for a number of years now has been to create a website called socialmarketing.vn. This really has become an exhibition of all of the different, what we call social causes marketing here in Vietnam, which encourages good citizenship, like wearing your helmet, like being aware of AIDS prevention, like looking after taking care of the environment, like driving safely. A wide range of different social causes which ultimately promote a healthier, a more sustainable, a better way of life for Vietnamese people. And we're going to be running an event with them very soon in July, which is essentially an exhibition, a branded exhibition, which creates a platform for all of the different industry groups and bodies and other branding and marketing agencies like Red Brand Builders to come together and to share what is being done to ultimately to create a better way of life.
Talking about social causes, is it true that sustainable brand building strategy must always come with a CSR, corporate social responsibilities of the companies?
Well, look, I think it's a good question. I think they really, at the heart of brand building is differentiation. How do you stand out from your competition? So I think yes, corporate social responsibility is a very important part of your brand building strategy. At Red, I mentioned we also give back to Vietnam Marcom to helping to raise standards in education and branding in our own industry, but also we work with groups like Koto, which helps disadvantaged street youth learn hospitality skills to help themselves, to train themselves. So we try and give back by doing branding and marketing for them. And that appeals to some of our clients who often have similar social outlooks, similar social causes that they're trying to support to create a better world as well. So corporate social responsibility can galvanize an organization internally as well as differentiating yourself from your competition. It can really give a bigger sense of purpose and a sense of meaning to the team that you work with, to the team that help you to build the brand, which then also helps you retain the staff as well. So it has a lot of power.
You have changing jobs many times in Asian markets. What kept you in Vietnam until now?
Look, I think many reasons really, not any particular one, but one that often comes up for me has always been Vietnam is very dynamic, but it provides for a sense of adventure for anyone coming here who's not Vietnamese. So I suppose I'm either blessed or cursed with a desire for new things, for challenge, for change. And you know, there's always something new in Vietnam and happening. And on top of that, I find the Vietnamese people are very open-minded, are very willing to try new things, willing to try new brands. So of course, from a business point, from a business point of view, branding is what I do. So that they're willing to try new brands. It's good for Red Brand Builders business. And then of course, I've made some great friends here from Vietnamese colleagues and friends, as well as other foreigners living here. And of course, I've also fallen in love here. I have a wonderful Vietnamese girlfriend, New.
Nice, man.
So that keeps me here too.
Good job.
I think she'd be upset if I left. Yes.
So, what is the most memorable experience that you have so far in Vietnam?
You know, look, there's many memories I have of my time in Vietnam. I could write a book. I have a website, which I keep a photo diary of what I do. But I think probably one of the most, you know, often you remember things which you think are going to be horrendous and bad, and then they turn out to be good. And one of my most memorable experiences was I unfortunately had a motorbike accident in Vung Tau.
Oh, really?
And I must say I hit the road at quite a speed, and it was very, very painful.
Wow.
And I saw the side of the road, and I really thought, all I want to do...
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it was very painful. And I just wanted to get to the side of the road and pass out, you know. It was so painful. And as soon as I got to the side of the road, as it turned out, I was just surrounded. Completely quiet road, Sunday morning, but all of a sudden I was surrounded by lots of people.
Yeah,
I was like,
it's happened all the time.
Bit scary to begin with. And then, as it turned out, I didn't realise lots of people in Vung Tau speak English because of the history of business.
It's a tourist destination.
Tourism destination. So I was just surrounded by the most lovely, friendly, caring and considerate people. And all of a sudden I had ice bags given to me to help put on where I'd hit the road. And they arranged a boat, they arranged a taxi, everything to get me to a hospital in Saigon.
That's unforgettable.
So, you know, it was very scary, it was very painful, but I was very touched by, sincerely touched by how friendly and caring and considerate the Vietnamese people were in helping to look after me.
Cool.
And yeah, I survived. That was the key thing.
That's an unforgettable memory, I guess.
It was quite a moment.
Wow, interesting. Great. Thank you so much for sharing today.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it. Vâng, thưa quý vị, vừa rồi là những chia sẻ của anh Chris Elkin, là giám đốc điều hành của Red Brand Builders, một chuyên gia tư vấn và xây dựng thương hiệu. Cảm ơn quý vị và các bạn đã theo dõi chương trình. Mọi thông tin liên hệ xin vui lòng truy cập vào website fbnc.com.vn. Một lần nữa xin chân thành cảm ơn. Hẹn gặp lại quý vị trong những chương trình kỳ sau. Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Ken.
you.